Hi everyone. Today I'd like to share with you a personal and obviously subjective selection of 5 great books on singing technique, which I find can help any aspiring or professional singer develop a greater awareness of their vocal and physical instrument, compare the different pedagogies they might encounter in the voice studio, and enhance their craft, thanks to the vast knowledge and experience of the renowned voice pedagogues I will introduce in this video. I firmly believe that we singers, because our voice is an invisible and elusive instrument hosted in our body, should gain as early as possible in our career a clearer understanding of the mechanics of vocal production. We should also be able to identify some of the main pedagogical trends we might encounter in the studio and music school classes. This knowledge can be extremely precious, for instance, when it comes to choosing the right singing teacher. Singers need to make sure the teaching they receive is physiologically accurate and not only based on vague, sometimes harmful concepts, like we often see. As voice professionals and artists, we are solely responsible for our personal growth. Therefore, it is so important that we don't give away all our power to the teacher, but instead develop an intimate and objective understanding of our vocal instrument. Knowledge can be highly empowering, and I hope these 5 books will be valuable contributions to your vocal and artistic journey. The first book I'd like to talk about is Solution for Singers: Tools for Every Performer and Teacher by internationally recognized master teacher Richard Miller. In this guide, Miller offers solutions to more than 200 significant voice technique and performance questions, selected from his international masterclasses and pedagogy courses. I love this book because it is first and foremost highly pragmatic. The question and answer format is organized under broad topic headings like breath management, posture, resonance balancing, registration, vibrato, healthy singing, performance concerns, which constitute singers' most vital interests. In sometimes one page or even a few paragraphs, Miller deals directly and clearly with problems faced by professional performers and students of singing. His knowledge is immense and always based on science and the natural physiology of the vocal instrument. It is an easy-to-read piece of text, and you can go directly to the problem or concept you're curious about without having to read the whole book. An absolutely must-have in any singing library. The second book I'd like to introduce is A Modern Guide to Old World Singing: Concepts of the Swedish, Italian and Italian Singing Schools by international vocal pedagogue David L. Jones, who teaches in New York and gives masterclasses and pedagogy courses worldwide. This book, which actually constitutes the foundation of my vocal technique and teaching, is both a textbook and a friendly user's manual. It employs simple, straightforward language to explain old world vocal training. It also includes in-depth descriptions of concepts used in establishing healthy vocal technique and great vocal exercises used over the last 100 years. A CD of the vocal exercises displayed in the book is also available to enhance the learning process. It is a fantastic methodology and a great book to have. The third book I'd like to introduce is Dynamics of the Singing Voice by renowned voice consultant and author Marybeth Bunch-Dame. This book has been a reference text for voice professionals for decades, and it is more than justified. It provides first a thorough understanding of how the voice works and the multiple factors involved in singing. It also discusses the physiological, psychological, musical and emotional aspects of the voice. In addition, the author has added a new chapter on vocal pedagogic elements to meet the requirements of the art of singing of the 21st century. Packed with incredible anatomical illustrations, this unique book will provide you with established concepts combined with the latest knowledge about modern approaches to the singing voice. Another book that should belong to the enlightened singers and teachers library. The fourth book I'd like to speak about is The Naked Voice, A Holistic Approach to Singing by American singing pedagogue Stephen Smith. Stephen Smith has been a professor of voice at the Juilliard School of Music in New York for years and has earned acclaim as resident voice coach at the Houston Grand Opera Studio, teaching prominent singers like Joyce DiDonato or Rodney Gilfrey. In The Naked Voice, Stephen Smith focuses on the most critical technical aspects of the singing voice, but also on the often overlooked psychological and spiritual elements of learning to sing. Smith demonstrates how one can reveal the truly unique sound of one's own voice by singing with the whole self. The book is written in a clear and accessible language and presents the 6 simple and elegant exercises that form the core of his method. These exercises provide a foundation for free singing and lead singers through the step-by-step process of mastering the technique. By its unique and holistic singing technique approach, The Naked Voice is a must-read for all singers and students, amateurs and professionals. Finally, the 5th and last book I'd like to share with you is Singing and Teaching Singing, A Holistic Approach to Classical Voice by UK-based singing pedagogue Janice Chapman. Janice Chapman has taught at the Royal Academy of Music in London, the Royal College of Music, and currently teaches at the Guildhall School of Music. The philosophy of teaching presented in this book combines 3 main facets: holistic, physiological, and incremental. The holistic segment emphasizes that the act of singing involves the whole person, that is, body, mind, spirit, emotion, and voice. The physiological part stresses anatomy, muscular function, and effects of muscular interactions in singing. And finally, the incremental section shows that the act of singing can be broken down into manageable components which eventually interact. At the end of the book, you can find an interview with voice specialist osteopath Jacob Lieberman on the subject of manual therapy and voice, chapters on teaching and learning in the light of advances in the fields of neuroscience and education, or a section on vocal and respiratory anatomy and physiology. Finally, the book includes a companion website with supplemental videos demonstrating some of the exercises from the teaching model. This is the end of this video on my top 5 reads on singing technique, and I hope this will help you better understand your voice and the most reliable ways to use it. I have attached all the references to the books in the description below, so feel free to check them out and subscribe for more content.